You know and I know you can get any information you want online just like that. Problem, your client or your prospect can do the same thing and they make a decision whether or not they want to work with you or talk to you before you even have a chance to open your mouth. Imagine though there was a way that you could understand behavioral science to a degree that says I can take somebody from hello to contract that much quicker. I can build instant rapport, respect, credibility, trust, likability, and not only do it in a way that separates me from my competition, but positions and elevates me as an expert. Hi, I'm Brian Parsley, and Tony Leone, my business partner, and I teach the sales funnel, developed almost 5 decades ago from Tony's father, and we've carried on that legacy. Now, we work with a lot of organizations around the world. Many of them you've seen or heard of before. In fact, if you were to retain Tony and myself, it would be minimum 6 figures and sometimes 7 figures based on what you're looking to achieve. But what we really wanted to do was take this same behavioral-based methodology and apply it towards the masses, allowing individuals like you or small organizations that normally would be out of reach to not only understand, but master this process. And one of the neat things that we've done is created it to where it's not just static self-guided online learning like you typically would expect, but incorporated AI. So now you don't have to watch 1,000 videos, you just type in, I need to know how to blank. Not only will it give you the answer based on all of our data, all of our PDFs, videos, everything, it also gives you video references queued up right to that part of the video. So we want to save you time. We get it. You're ADHD, probably like me. Now, there's another thing that we really wanted to drive home, and that was that one-on-one human touch. So we've created the Pocket Coach as well. And what this does is it allows you to text, audio, video a question to Tony or myself or a challenge, and not only are we going to receive it, you're going to get a personalized response back from us. Pretty special. And you say, well, I've never heard that before, because we're the only ones that have pioneered that in this industry. But where the rubber meets the road is collaboration. That's why we created masterminds. And these community masterminds give you an opportunity to listen and participate with other folks, and maybe that they're even in your industry, so you can hear some best practices that you haven't considered before. And again, this is part of bringing this entire community together, because sales may not be a team sport, but it's always incredibly important to have that feedback. Don't take my word for it. Listen to what some other students have said.
You may be asking yourself, why would I invest in the sales funnel? What is it going to bring me? I want you to hear me just a second. Ultimately, what it's going to bring you, it's going to bring you revenue that you've been walking over for year after year after year.
I have another huge win to share. 1,200 distinct providers.
Just to reconfirm, we won at $10 million.
I just heard Brian Parsley speak at my company's sales conference. It was awesome. In fact, I first was introduced and heard him at last year's conference. And since then, he has made an impact on the way I sell. He brings energy and life to the room.
I've learned so much this week. The sales funnel has changed my conversation with my customers. So it's helped me be able to learn more about what's important to them and not just selling for them.
Being able to enact or utilize those techniques has really helped to cut down on that sales cycle.
You're just like a whiz at this, aren't you? Like I was gonna say, you're so good at this.
The strategic calls with Tony and Brian have impacted my performance greatly. We've seen our sales process shorten a lot, and we've gotten a lot more responses from high value targets.
This is something that you could use in your day-to-day life, whether that be at work or at home as well.
This behavioral analysis and communication style training that we've received over the past few days has been invaluable.
I just attended the sales funnel training here in Toronto, and after 12 years of selling and staffing, it totally stopped me in my tracks and blew me out of the water. Brian challenged me to reach out to a client that had been ghosting me, and not only did the client respond within 7 minutes of using his specific messaging, but within an hour, they signed a $4 million agreement.
If you have the opportunity to work with the Constance Group, I definitely wouldn't pass that up. They're definitely worth every moment of your time.
If you have the opportunity to work with the Constance Group, you should absolutely jump on it. It's going to increase your sales reps' confidence and capabilities to do their job well, which in turn is going to increase your bottom line. So I absolutely 10 out of 10 recommend working with the Constance Group.
So you might be asking, where do I go from here? Well, there's a couple of options, and it goes from self-guided all the way to one-on-one calls with Tony and myself so we can strategize together with you. The last thing you want to do is go through another year and said, I could have, but I didn't. because it's not about perfection. Sales is about potential. And if you're ready to level up, you're ready to take your sales career to the next hemisphere, today is your day. Sign up and get started now.